Okay, guys, so this is going to be your notes for how likely is it. You should have this white recording sheet that the sub should have passed out to you. And you should also have a set of 10 bright pink cards with different situations on it. If you'll notice at the bottom of this number line, it goes from 0% to 100%. And we are just going to read these events and try to determine the probability of those events happening. But I just want to remind you of a couple of things. If I have something that has a 0% chance of happening, that means that this is going to be impossible. Okay? As opposed to if I have something that's a 50% chance, so this would be equal. So it could be equally likely, it could be equally as not likely to happen. It's a 50-50 chance. Okay? If there is a 100% chance of something happening, that is going to be certain. The likelihood of that event would be certain. And then you have the rest of them in there that are varying degrees, so from equally to impossible, and then from equally to certain, okay? So as we read through these, we are going to put our events in where we think they should go. So by this time, if you haven't already, I want you to pause this video. Okay, I want you to take a look now that Mrs. Brown has told you that the 0% means impossible, 50% is going to be equally likely, equally unlikely, and then 100% would be certain. Go ahead and look at your cards, read them, pause the video, make sure everything's where you think it needs to be, and then come back and we will do the rest of them together, okay? So pause your video now. All right, guys, welcome back. Let's do card number 1. Card number 1 says, I will ride the bus home from school today. So this is a situation that's going to be very subjective, okay? For Mrs. Brown, there's going to be a 0% chance of me riding the bus home, okay? Not impossible. I mean, I guess I could get on a bus to ride it home, but I'm probably just going to get in my car that I have in the parking lot, okay? So for some of you, yes, you have the option to ride it home. Okay. So you might want to put yours in the 10 or 20 region, as opposed to Mrs. Brown. If she's going to get in her car and go home, then that riding the bus for her is probably going to be a 0% chance. We have a few people that ride the bus home. So like for those individual students, if that's how you're getting home from school today, it's 100%. I'm going home on the bus. Okay. So for this card, you will put it for its likelihood of happening. So if you ride a bike home, okay, you might put like there's a 10% chance, like I could ride the bus if I wanted to, but I'm probably not going to unless it rains or something like that. So go ahead and put your card 1 where you think that it should be. Miss Brown's going to go over here and put 0% because Mrs. Brown is going to drive her own car home today. You do that based on your likelihood of that event happening to you. Okay? Card number 2 says if a bag contains 3 black tiles and 2 white tiles, okay, what is the chance of pulling a black tile? So 3 out of 5. So 3/5. I know that 3/5 is equal to 60%. So I'm going to put card 2 right here above 60%. Okay, 3 out of 5 is equal to 60%. Card 3, a card is pulled from a regular deck of playing cards and the card is red. So if you think about a deck of cards, in that deck of cards we have red and we have black. If you randomly pull out a card, you have an equally likely chance of that card being red or that card being black. So we're going to put card number 3 right at about 50%, okay? Card 4, a pig will fly today. Ladies and gentlemen, pigs are not going to fly today, so we're going to put that at 0%, okay? Card number 5, a number cube with sides 1 through 6 labeled is rolled and lands on a 6. So a 1 out of 6 chance, okay? 1 out of 6. The probability of rolling a 6 is 1 out of 6. All right, 1 out of 6, it ends up being at about 16%-ish, 16.7, 16.6, something like that, percent happening. So I'm going to put that in between my 10 and my 20%, the likelihood of that event happening, rolling on a 6. And then we are on card number 6. I will sleep tonight. Now again, this one is very subjective. I told you guys that Mrs. Brown has a sick kid at home, so I'm going to put mine at 50% because there's an equally likely chance I will, and there is an equally likely chance that I will not sleep tonight. If you don't have any problem falling asleep, you might put yours at 100% certain. If you have a lot of trouble falling asleep, or if you are awake all night playing video games, then yours might be over here somewhere to the left a little bit, okay? Card number 7, I will complete my homework. Now, guys, everybody is going to make Mrs. Brown really happy, and they're going to go and they're going to put that above 100%. I am 100% certain tonight that I will complete my homework in Mrs. Brown's class because I like it when Mrs. Brown smiles and is happy. If you do not like it when Mrs. Brown smiles and is happy, you may not put it on 100%, but then just to remind you that Mrs. Brown will grade your papers accordingly. All right, just kidding. Card number 8, it will rain today. So guys, today's Monday. I'm filling this out. There's a 100% chance of rain today. So I could put this on 100%. You guys are going to see this on Tuesday where it says it's partly cloudy and it's not very likely to rain. So you might put it at 30%. There's a 30% chance of rain today. So it may happen, it may not happen. Go ahead. That one, again, is dependent on what the weather report says. So since you guys are doing this on Tuesday, I'm going to go ahead and put card 8 at about 30-ish%. Probably even closer to 0. Somewhere in between those two numbers. Card 9, the sun will set. There's a 100% chance today that the sun is going to set this evening. I know that because it happens every single day. Card 10, a coin is flipped and lands on heads. So if I think about a regular coin, one side is heads, one side is tails, and I have a 50-50 chance of getting either one of those two cards, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put card 10 at right above 50%, okay? So once you've sorted these all out, you can go ahead and glue these down, okay? Glue them down, and then we are going to answer the question down here, and we're going to do that in a complete sentence. Which two events are equally likely to occur and why? Okay, so I told you my card 6 is very subjective. So taking that card out, we have the coin that it will land on heads, and that's a 50% chance of happening. And then we have the red and black cards, which is also a 50% chance of happening, okay? So the two events are flipping heads and pulling a red card. Because both of those are 50% or equally likely to occur. Okay. Once you've glued that down and answered the question about which two events are equally likely to occur, you can go ahead, fold this in half, put it one side of it or tape it, however you want to do it, inside your notebook, update your divider with how likely is it, and add this to your notebook.